Introducing
Okay.
to the show today, Till I Break It in the Flesh, aka Pierre Emile Rochat. Welcome.
Hi. All good?
All good. Okay, so we were just speaking French. We're gonna switch into English. So some adaptation time here mentally. But how are you doing, man? Where are you in the
Um,
world?
Actually, in Les Deux Alpes, just finishing the summer works and going on the, how to say, like a preparation for winter, I guess. Doing some balance stuff and yeah, time to be prepared.
Nice. I actually just saw on Instagram today a video from Alp on a bike. Someone hit this huge gap, like
Mhm.
from a just like a normal jump and over the entire skate park, I think. Then he
Yeah,
like the
is
tiny.
yeah, crazy gap. Adrien Laurent and David Romain, which is a skier too. I'm skiing with him like all winter. And yeah, big gap. They plan to make like a big video, so it was fun at the resorts.
Yeah, I I always feel weird about like seeing a clip on Instagram and you're just like, whoa. And then there's actually this whole like 20-minute video project probably about that one clip that you might not get to see because you just already saw the Instagram one. But
Yeah,
yeah,
was fun time. One big.
so how's the Lit Alp in the summer? I was there maybe 10 years ago last. Like they hadn't even built the skate park yet. So
Yeah, we have like a new skate park like yeah 5 years ago, but it was about the skiing that changed a bit. Before it was like during like July and August, and now it's a bit before. But the good thing is like the season starting early December and it finish beginning of July, so you can do like a 7 months full of skiing, and it's so great, like crazy.
that's sick. Is it still on the same pass for the whole season?
Ah no, no for sure it changed business.
Nice. Yeah. Is it how's the snow park holding up there? 'Cause I think the last time I went, there's the jump line and there was a little hole like right in front of the jump, so you'd have to carve around it to get your tricks around. So you couldn't hit the jump straight. And it turns out that hole was like a glacier crevice. So it was like 50 meters deep or something like that.
Oh, I didn't saw that.
It
They
was like
fixed it like
in
this.
August. Yeah, back when it was open later, I guess.
Yeah, but that's why we don't ski that much in August, because now it's getting more complicated, I guess. Yeah, less snow. The ice get earlier than 10 years ago for sure.
Yeah. Any cool riders up there? Any names to recognize? Like I'm
Mm.
skiing there.
Yeah, we have a good crew with maybe you know Hugo Momont, Andrea Herranz, Julien Caillet, and for snowboarders like Mehdi Soltan or Lenny and Oscars, who are like locals from here, young gun.
Nice. Yeah, and how's the park there? Is it the same winter crew that keeps it up in the summer?
Kind of the same crew, yeah. So they're used to the kind of they know what they're doing, yeah. But
Yeah.
we are more like raised into the winter, and summer is more about jumps. So it's a good way to change like the mood of the park.
Yeah, for sure. Do you still have like it's like 1 hour to hit jumps, like after it's frozen in the morning and then before it's too slushy to clear the flat?
Definitely yes. But because it's earlier in the season, it can be like good snow. We had like all beginning of May. It was fresh snow, like 20 centimeters each 3 days. So really fun to ski. Nobody on the glacier, just like pow day, random, unexpected.
Nice.
Mhm.
Sick. And what do you do in the off time there? Like when you're not skiing? Because skiing ends at what, 1 or 2?
Yeah, exactly. One, yeah. We often go to skate park. Oh yeah, main of the time. That's what we do. Or pubs, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, sick summer. And then you were just in Estonia, right?
Yeah, working for the Ironman, like shooting for the live stream on the motorbike, and yeah, good good job. I mean, it's a fun opportunities to travel and meet people to Finland and so like Helsinki. And wow, it's like crazy to see how many spot streets you have there. I've not been skiing, but I was like, I should come in winter than summer.
Yeah, I bet. I was talking to this kid, I think it was Arto at some point when I was skiing last winter, and he was explaining to me that in Finland, street skiing is way more accessible than resort skiing because I think you have to go pretty, like maybe an hour or something outside of Helsinki, so you have to
Yeah.
have a car and all this stuff. Whereas like street skiing, you just go outside, there are handrails everywhere, and you just find a crew.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like super easy to go on street. Really easier than France for sure.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Uh, f- all cool rails are under and 1,000 meters, I guess. So you never have snow in cities, and all the rails in the places I've been are like not practicable. Enfin, I mean, for me, it's not, it's not enough clean. Depends who you are.
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like I have to like go up into ski resorts. And it's a lot of like really old cities in France, so you'll get more like ledges and like actual handrails a lot of the time. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
And cool. So you were filming Ironmans? Like, what was that experience like?
Oh, quite stressful because it's like a race and you have to be ready. Don't forget anything. Any cable can be like can be a big loss if you forget it.
Yeah, and like how
But
long's your day?
sorry, say again.
I was thinking, how long's your day filming also? Because Ironmans are like maybe you can walk people through what an Ironman is for those who don't know. It's like a lot.
I it could be like super long. You start like with the swims and the bikes and the marathon, and the good guy can do like 7.5, 8 hours. So you have to be filming someone for 8 hours non-stop, kind of, which is like tiring, but yeah, job.
Yeah, and how are you filming people? Because I guess you got to follow them too. Are you like in a car
Uh,
or?
you're like on a boat, and then you go on a motorbike, and on the marathon now we have guys with zero wheels that works like super well. But
Wait, like,
it's cool because it introduced me into like filming. So now I really want to clip more, and I try to get into like FPV drone. So I hope to be able to clip some mates this winter, like trying to do some follow cam will be fun. I'm training a lot at the moment doing that.
nice. That's sick. What cameras do you use to film the Ironmans?
Something quite light is like a GH6, and you have a Ronin to stabilize the clips.
Nice. Are you like switching memory cards like all the time too, or?
Using like a big memory card,
Yeah.
and everything is live, so we transmit more.
Okay, nice. And how'd you get that gig in Estonia?
My mate, which is a super good cameraman, and he introduced me like he was working for them, and they have a spare spot for someone, and he was like, okay, my guy can come and do it, and I'm happy. It was stressful because it was a bit sketchy maybe in the beginning.
Sick. Well, cool to have a good French connection over to kind of the other part of Europe. But I guess let's also bring it back. So you're from France. What's your story? Like, how did you start skiing? Where did you grow up? And how did everything kind of unfold from there?
I'm from Vaujany, which is like close to the Alpes and Alpes d'Huez, Grenoble. And I've been starting to ski like earlier, but I've been racing most of the time. Like I started at 12 to 22, I guess, doing racing. So maybe I spend more time in a in a stadium than a snow park.
Yeah.
Really. Um, and yeah, when I got like the Euro test to be a French instructor, I stopped being in a race club and did really more freestyle stuff.
Nice. So, what was your home resort growing up then? Did you have one or did you kind of float around?
I was in the beginning in Vojani, but the thing is like it's a small resort and the snow park was not enough good. Like it was super small. So then we moved to Maribel with the DC 50,
43.
43.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shame on us, we arrived a year after they canceled all the good rails. But we had the half pipe one season, and it was first time for me riding that, and it feels like mountain, Russian mountains. I don't know how you call that. But
Yeah, yeah, the
like,
roller coaster.
yes, exactly that. Yeah, you heard just crazy, right? Big feelings.
Was that your
But
first?
then it got cancelled too.
Yeah, yeah, Mary Bell, unfortunately. Was that your first time in the park, like hitting a half pipe?
Yeah, first time.
The 7 meters, like official Olympic size one?
Yeah, the big one. But at the beginning, I wasn't able to get out. Like I was too stressful.
Yeah, rightfully so. It's scary. Man, I remember Mary Bell back in the day. You know Torstein Horgmo?
Yeah,
So he would host his DC event there, and it was a crazy format. It was like a race, but also slope style course. So how fast you got through it counted for your points, but you also had to obviously do cool tricks, and there was like weird features. And the reason I did this spiral here is because there was one feature where you just ski or snowboard into a huge mountain of snow, and then it does a 360 corkscrew kind of spiral down with the kicker out of it. And you could barely see anything in the tunnel. It was really weird. Like it's like skiing in a
yeah.
very big igloo did not feel safe.
Like a speed and style. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were still doing it when I came. They were still doing hosting these events and with a like a big jump in front of a pub, which was really fun.
Hmm. Yep.
For
So,
for,
oh, go ahead.
for the fun story about this event, like so they make like this kicker in front of the rond-point, a pub, and I came and they were like, I think it's the guy you just told about, Torsten.
Torstein Horgman.
He,
Yeah.
yeah, he was like, oh, you can't come here because it's like a snowboard event, so you can't ski. And I was like a bit pissed, have like few beers, and then was like, oh, I don't mind what he said. I will go anyway. And they were like, oh, you can't. Fuck off. Let me ride. It's like, come on, the war is over.
Oh yeah. I feel that's how it was for skiers back in what the like late 90s when all the snow parks were just for snowboarders. There's like a big fight at the start to get skiers into the snow park. It's like looks
Uh,
like we kept that alive.
yeah, shame on that. But now it's over, I guess.
Yeah. Are there resorts in France where they don't let snowboarders go? Because they have that in the US. Like I think like Deer Valley in Utah, pretty sure Alta in Utah as well. If you're a snowboarder, no chance.
Nah, nothing like that. Fortunately, we don't have this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the scooter are not allowed sometimes. Like snow scoots.
Yeah, they
They
shouldn't be
don't.
allowed anywhere. Skate parks or future would be. Yeah, I always watch shows and I'm like, oh, these kids are probably really good at them. Imagine if they were skateboarding or doing like other sports, how good they'd be at that. But oh well. Okay, so
Oh,
yeah,
I went to an event, which is Riders First in Val d'Isère, and there were some guys with a snow scoot. I mean, the ones that look like a scooter, not like a bike. They were doing the jump, and that was insane. Like, yeah, everybody was shocked of the parable they were having, like super high. What the fuck, like sketchy as fuck.
It's so sketchy. I think there's that one video on Instagram that comes up every year of a snow scoot guy hitting this two-by jump, and it just goes way too big and bottoms
Mm, mm,
out.
mm.
I think like broke his femur or something.
Yeah, because he kind of absorbed the jump, so it just like go super far.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No way. Um, cool. So, how old were you when you started freestyle skiing then? Like, what year is this more or less?
I was doing a bit when I was doing the racing club, like teenager, but like not enough time,
Mhm.
and did a raid more when I was 22. But now since the COVID, I really take a lot more time to ski because of some more summer jobs, I'm able to work less into the winter, so more times for me. And the COVID was like the maybe the best season because we were able to go to ski every day. We were having like a home spot in our place in Vaujany
Oh,
with
nice.
some PVC and build some jumps and almost every day building a new feature, shooting on others. Yeah, good crew, good motivation, best season.
That's awesome. Is that where you kind of started discovering your more creative style? Like, how did that all come about?
Yeah, really, because that year I was starting to feel a bit less clumsy with my movement, with the screaming. In the beginning, it was super sketch, but at the COVID, I had like a little step up, I think, because of riding every day and spending all the time doing that. It helps for sure, but yeah, was feeling really better that time, and it was with the super unknown. Uh, I I got the best trick, and it was like a good beginning of motivation. Like, okay, I can find moves that could interest people, and I have really fun. Like, find
Yeah, that's sick. I want to get into the whole super unknown story and kind of how that all worked out for you. But I guess I'm also wondering, like, when did you start doing like the whole caribou takeoff? Like, what day, what happened to you that day? You're like, this is it.
the Scream and Seaman. I think I started seven years ago, but like from the very basic, just doing like side crossing the slope, like green slope, putting the crossfit, just try to go a few meters really slow, then take it off. Really had like no, I wasn't burning any steps. I really tried to apply the what we learned into the ski school and try to apply this to the way to learn scream and cement to risk the less. But for sure, it was by watching Vincent Gagné videos and Brothers. 100% the inspiration is from him. And then I saw some, I mean, at the same time, or some guys with the ballet, but super impressive. It's a shame with the ballet because the only video we have are people doing insane tricks at Olympics. So for non-used people, how do you get introduced to this discipline just by watching people doing unscreamen 700 on the ground? Like, what's the step before to try this? It's a lost discipline. We don't have masters to teach us. I don't know where they are.
Yeah, I'm sure someone out there is still like some old timer can still whip a branny ski ballet flip with the 2 meter high poles. We just got to find him.
Sure.
If anyone knows ski ballet, please reach out.
Send me tutos, please.
Okay, nice. So then you started with the Scream and Seaman, kind of slowly learning how to, I guess, ride with that. What happened the first day you took it to the park? Like, what was that progression like?
I think the first trick was like to take a jump, land screaming, and doing a front flip. And while you front flip, you unscream. You uncross your legs while doing the front flip.
The first trick
Uh,
you did was a front flip where you take off screaming semen and
yeah,
then not screaming.
and regular. Yeah, yeah,
No straight air, just like front flip.
yeah. Because
Sick.
it's the way you do a front flip in trekking. Like parkour.
Oh, I
You
guess
have
yeah.
to one foot goes really behind you, and that was the easiest way to make it.
Okay, so like, yeah, sick. How'd that
Uh,
go?
Say again.
How did it go? Did you like land first try?
Oh, sketchy as usually. It always takes edges for me to then clean. That's not my best. But yeah, I was quite happy. Like, yeah, what the fuck?
Sick. So then what were the next, like, how did you get to where you are now? Like, what's the progression of scream and semen tricks? I don't even know.
It was a lot by doing forward, I mean, no spin rotation, like front flip or back flip.
Mhm.
These are the easiest to do. But then when you start to spin, it make it a lot harder. And the rails are like super hard to manage in the beginning because it you need to know how to take off your foot if it goes bad. Um, the way if for people who want to start it is to if you fell down you have to tense your leg the more you can. If you bend it, it's where you can be injured. But if they are cross and you full tense your leg, they will not twist. Maybe you will hit shoulders or the head or whatever, but you will not twist your leg.
Okay, so just, yeah, make your leg as strong and stiff as possible, and then just
Exactly.
take it to the rest of the body. Jeez, how did you figure that one out? Did you fall once and kind of be like, oh, no, that's not right?
Honestly, not that much. I injured the intern ligament of my left leg like 3 times, but no, it didn't break. Uh, but it was like still 3 months of doing nothing and physio. But it was always by doing other stuff like landing on an airbag. What the fuck? Injured like this, doing blading, or once I crashed into someone. He had nothing, but I was like super broke.
Oh no, skiing?
Yeah, during a contest, it was like we had to go like by tree, and we had a plan, and we told the guy to not turn a certain direction because we were coming quite fast into this direction, and he forget about. So he went out a quarter pipe, and he was just like facing me, and we just had like a big frontal crash.
Oh, jeez. But nothing broken.
No, but injured again for a third time this leg. But it's been like three, 2 years and a half now, so I feel good on no sequel.
Yeah, sick. Okay, so explain the Instagram name then. Like, where's that from?
For sure, it's 99% about the ligaments, like or the body in general, or the mind, I guess. But also a little percent about like the kind of the game. I mean, like don't want to stop till I go the maximum I can. I will not stop before that. I think that was the like a ego motivation name. And no, I think it's good because it's easier to remind than Pierre Emile Rochat, which sounds like super weird for maybe USA people. I don't know. They would remind
Yeah,
easier the
that's
nickname.
true. What was the half pipe writer? Geoffrey Vaillard, or I forget his name.
Yeah,
JPV. Like
yeah, easier to remind GPG than Geoffrey Paul-Villard for sure.
Geoffrey Vaillard, yeah. Crazy in the half pipe how big he used to go.
It's like
I love
14. Remind.
Like a lot, man. Like way too big. Yeah, if anyone wants a crazy half pipe video, just pull him up. Yeah. Okay, so let's bring it back. You're skiing in a backyard setup, hitting PVC rails and jumps that maybe your homies have built. It's COVID, so everyone's just hanging out in the mountains. You're getting a lot of like repetition in laps, working on the scream and seaman. Uh, at what point did you go from there to like what you think is your first kind of breaking point for your skiing career, or like the place where you really felt you had momentum?
The breaking point was for sure the Jeep League last season in Grand Montana. It was like super fun, super random because I was discussing with a guy on the internet because we had the same tricks, which is Raf Diaz,
Oh yeah.
and we were speaking since like 3 years before that, and he decided to come. So he come in my place to ride in the Deux Alpes, and we were like, oh, the Jeep League is happening. Should we give a try there? So okay, let's give a try. We went and we saw like 40 people like doing two on swap three breaks to like this kind of stuff, and we were like, okay, we're fucked, but let's watch and let's have fun. And in the end, we were like both of us were selected. So yeah, crazy moment. And and then at the event, I'm I guess I managed to do the things I wanted to show. So yeah, I was really happy about that. It was a good place to show some of my tricks. Better, I mean better, different than showing it on Instagram.
Mhm.
Um, at this day at the qualification, I was feeling a bit like lots of people saw the video I did and look a bit like, oh, is he a Instagram rider? Or and when I started to do some scream and cement on the grind, I missed maybe 10, 15 of that. I did like big crash, looking like a full beginner, like missing the rail, not even going on. And then I was starting to stress, like, wow, this is really the first event I do, big events. I really show this bad what I've been training. Like everybody will be like, yeah, Instagram riders, for sure.
So how did the event go? Like, what were some of your big tricks that you did that you remember? I mean, obviously there was a video online, but
The best thing was the no spike front flip. Um, the
oh yeah.
time I did it before, it was like always like 30, 40 tries to get it. And I knew if it was 30 try, I would not have enough time to make it. And it happened in maybe 10 tries. So I was super stoked. And yeah, meeting all these people there was super insane. The vibe of the week really gave us the motivation to keep going. Like we kind of dreamed about that, and it looked like what we expected of that, even better than what we expect. So big motivation to keep going and do it again and come again to Jeep League.
Nice. What was your experience at the Ghibli? Because actually, my girlfriend was there. She works for Monster. She was staying in the house. Her name's Stina, like blonde girl. Um,
Yeah.
but she told me you were all up in a hut with like 40 people, no internet. Like, how's your whole experience as a rider, kind of like outside of or I guess with the skiing too?
It was super fun. I love the rhythm we have. Like don't wake up too early in the morning. Starting the session at 1, maybe 2, and one session done, you can like keep going to ski with the guys. Always down to have more laps, like following each other, doing bullshit tricks. And yeah, then in the chalet, we had like a kind of strict day. We had some good snow, and Nico Porteus started to shape a rail, which was like a big commitment. And then we start to find the motivation to jump from the rooftop of the chalet. That was like really fun. but yeah, sleeping in a room with like 20, 25 other guys. Yeah, fun experience. And sorry about that for them, but I think I really snored the first day. I hope they still had a good night. Sorry, guys.
Nice, sick. Who are the people you remember the most from the Ghibli trip?
I really enjoyed to ski with Edjoy and Daniel Bacher.
Hmm.
Before to meet them, I was a bit hating on the tail press. I was like, this has no style. This you can't do tricks with tail press. It's a clumsy move, clumsy. And um, and when I saw them riding on the Vulcano, I was like super stoked to see what they were able to do, able to find. And I'm not hating on the tail press anymore since I met them.
Nice. Do you mean like tail
Alex
press like on snow or on a rail?
on snow.
Yeah, so like a manual kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Alex Hall was like super shocking. He, when you see him missing something, he can add on because he missed something in his rotation, so he can do something more in the end. Always controlling. So it was insane to watch this like entertainment.
Yeah. Was he just kind of like next level with it?
Yeah, totally next level with all the cancel rotation and drags, any grabs. Yeah, all guys. I mean, there were like 20 other guys, and it was big entertainment to watch. Most of these guys, I was looking videos of them when I was a bit younger, and the fun fact is like half of them are really younger than me.
Yeah. Well, wait, how old are you if you want to share?
I'm 30 now,
Yeah. Cheers to that.
so yeah. Cheers, yeah.
Stay here sitting with my back that I can barely move. Um,
Hard.
yeah, I've noticed that also skiing with like the young guns. Like it's a good motivator, you know, like everyone's coming up getting so good. I mean, you know, we're about the same age, and I just remember like when I started skiing, I don't know, 15 or whatever, 20 years ago now, it was not the same, you know, like the biggest pro rider was doing like maybe dub 12, and I was like crazy.
Yeah, that was already insane. Not used to see triples. Yeah, the doubles were already too much for us.
Or, you know, nose press front flip. That's also,
Yeah, also.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
cool.
at Russell, shout out.
So who's the biggest personality in the house that you can remember? Like any
Mm.
funny stories?
Oh, I don't know like that, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
No worries. I'm wondering like any behind the scenes action that people might not know just from like video parts that you see of people.
oh, Woodsy was like the I don't know what's the name of this, but like a happiness guy. Like he was always bringing stuff to anybody, bringing beers, bring whatever you need, asking people, "Are you doing well?" Like, was super fun to see him in this character, like doing everything to make the event great, and they made it with Ferdi and Oysten. Like, yeah, they made it super well. The vibe is super great. People hang out, playing some kendamas or yeah, whatever you can juggle with.
Nice, sick. And so what's your take on the event as a whole, like the format and everything compared to how competitions are nowadays?
You mean about the way it's show?
Yeah, just you know the format, like how the event runs.
Yeah, for the people like me, I guess it's the best way because you don't have the pressure of a beep. You don't have like five tries to make something random. Um, yeah, you have tried people don't snake. I mean, like everybody is looking at everybody, and for sure you miss some stuff. So it's great when after you look at all the shots of everybody, so you can see everything you missed or other angle of some stuff you saw, and um, and then voting for the rider you preferred. Um, at the last Jeep League in Mirkdalen, so the one I did this season, the second day, Woodsy said something really cool. I guess it was like, don't vote for the best skier, but vote for the one you like the more, and it really changed the way I did my vote. Like yeah, it was a good way to see how to do your vote.
Nice. Do you remember who you voted for? Or you don't have to tell. You can keep it a secret.
I I had few votes for Martin Longitano.
Yeah.
Um, I had a few for in the first Jeep League, Jonas Kangas, every day. Maybe not first every day, but in the top three for sure. Yeah, Antares was insane. Enjoy. Uh, yeah, crazy people. Ferdinandal, and for sure at the last one it was a Torm with the what was that switch nollie rodeo? No, switch tail rodeo. I don't remember exactly, but with a dub, crazy.
Sick. Yeah, and so how was the Merkdalen event? How did that go? I saw you did some crazy tricks, man. The was it the did you scream semen, nose butter, whatever, seven or caribou nose butter? Or there's some crazy stuff in there.
I've been randomly trying. I guess it's like butter 180 front flip or Griselda maybe, but with a chip style. But I was really happy with this Jeep Leagues and the other one, because the other one I did things I trained and I wanted to show, and the one in Myrkdalen, every spots I was like, whoa, I never wrote this kind of thing, so I don't know what to do on, and I did stuff I never expected to do, so it was more spontaneous, and I'm used to not be spontaneous, like to prepare everything I will do. I try to see the feature and spend lots of time to know what I will do and what I can try and what are the odds for me to land the trick.
Yeah. So the what were the Merkdalen ones again? There was that really long S rail that you could hit from every side. There was the butter pad, the jump, which with the mashed potato landings, and you could hit from like all these different channels.
Yeah, this landing was super sketchy. I mean, sketchy in the way like you can land on your back and it will bounce and that's okay. But if you land switch or if you land with your ski digging a little bit the snow, you go for like instant tomahawk, because it was an old jump high jump acrobatic ski feature. So
Oh,
the landing is super steep. We're not used to this steepness.
yeah. So
And
how?
the S rail was like the hardest rail I ever tried to get on. We had like a bit of training the day before, and I didn't manage to go to the end. So I was like, I will not even try it at the day. And yeah, on this kind of feature, you really start to see the difference with the like pro from X Games and Olympics, and you see the consistency is not the same than I do than people like me.
Yeah, I mean, they looked crazy because it was more than an S, right? It was almost an eight, like just missing the other cut in the middle.
Yeah, the entry and the out were like parallel. So the turn is super intense. You have to lean so much. You have to trust, like, yeah, commitment.
Yeah, so like two U-turns almost, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. And so how's the experience in Norway? How was like being in Norway? I've never been, so I have no idea.
it feels really different. And it was fun and weird a bit in the place we were because there were like nobody we maybe saw on the 4 or 5 days we were there. We saw like 50 tourists maybe.
Mhm.
So we felt like the whole resort was private kind of.
Sick.
Um, but it was a really not a lot of people were living there. Really small resort. Uh, like 3 4 locals people. I don't know. It was feeling like the western, with the flying bush.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that
but every day the park was super clean. The shepherds were here. New feature made every day by the groomer Sylvain. No, they were doing like good job there.
nice. And how's Norwegian culture compared to French culture or maybe Swiss, like kind of the other parts that you maybe ski more?
they, they are less alcoholics than we do in France. Well, yeah, that was fun. But as I told you, I didn't meet like that much local people because it was a really like small town with not that much people. But we met really more Norwegian and Sweden people who were invited at the Ghibli Go or people doing the qualification and uh, and yeah, they're fun. They don't talk that much in the beginning, but once you've been doing a few laps with them and watching a bit, it's they get more talky.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. There's probably like a big language barrier thing too, right? Because I guess everyone's speaking English and no one
Yeah,
speaks
big
English as a
barrier.
first language. So,
Yeah, it makes it harder. And yeah, French are not the best at doing English. I learned like by working and not at school, so it was kind of late, and yeah, it makes it really harder.
yeah, I mean, your English is better than the majority of my French friends, that's for sure.
Let's ask Raf what he think about my accent.
I think Raph did a podcast recently with Ethan too.
Yeah, I've been listening to.
Nice. I mean, you know what? You mentioned French ski culture. I feel we need to talk about that a bit and kind of explain it to other people because it's a question that'll come up a lot, just in my kind of realms too. Like I've skied I live in Austria now, but I lived in the US skiing there for a long time and skied around France, Switzerland, and just kind of other parts of Europe. But I do have to say, like, France is the only place where I'll ski a whole day at a beautiful snow park, let's say Val Thorens, which is in France. And then I'll find myself getting drinks at the Folie Douce while the sun goes down. Next thing you know, I'm at Snesko. The bar's on fire. People are dancing on tables, getting their clothes off, but you're still in ski boots. And then you go to the Malaysia, that underground club under the Crep Shack. So you'll get home like 2, 3 a.m., still in ski boots, and you just get ready to go the next day. That hasn't happened to me anywhere else. Like even in Avoria, my home mountain, like I can DJ there and play a full techno set at like 6 p.m. It's just it feels like a very different culture in France. It's my favorite personally because maybe I'm an alcoholic too. I don't know, but it's it fits better. What are your or how would you like describe French ski culture?
Yeah, the days could be really intense. You can end up like in a nightclub with your ski boots, which is not a good thing. Um, but the ski culture in general in France, it's really my personal point of view, but I feel like it's decreasing a bit than back in the days. All the snow parks starts to be less good. We lose features. I mean, we have good parks, but it's less good that we had before. And countries like Switzerland and Austria, they didn't cancel park or they just keep improving. And So yeah, I don't know. Mm, I really feel like we are missing a bit of something in France. Font-Romeu is like a super cool park, but it's in the south, so it can't be good like all winter long. Um, Champs is a bit the same, super cheap place, but it's quite low in altitude, so and really sunny, so everything melts. Yeah,
Get to see
I
a lot
think
of ice on the slopes there. All the racailles from Grenoble.
yeah, it's special place. Every time I go there, when you're on the chairlift, you see so many people's like not good at ski, but that's not a bad thing to be not good. The bad thing is to go on really hard slope. You're not able to go with your kids, and then it's a total disaster. And every time I go there, I see this kind of yeah theater like I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people with the blades, the short skis, like
Yeah.
everybody go with that.
But it's like a 17 euro day pass, at least last time I was there. So that was cool. That's like what,
Yeah,
$20 or something? Yeah.
a very nice place. But I think the Alpes in France is for me is the best park. It's in
Yeah.
December we have most of the features ready. It stay till end of April, and then we have a new park. Um, some good snow. It's the bad thing is the kicker take the sun and the landing is in the shades. So you
Mm.
have a soft jump, but you'll always land on the ice. That's uh, it's a bit annoying, but the spot
Yeah.
have good snow. So
I kind of remember that there because they built the jump line out of dirt. So there's that jump line at the top of the park. But then there's another T-bar with a smaller jump, and that one was like softer, like where it turns. I don't know if they still have that. But it felt like they knew the landings were in the shade, so they're like, let's just build this one sunny jump just to make sure like, you don't always have to, go big into ice.
yeah, they try to adapt that. Yeah, but on the glacier you spoke about like with the T-bar, it's super hard in the morning and it change quickly. So you have to warm up when it's icy, when it's not enjoyable to ride, and then when the snow change, maybe you can have like 1 hour, one power good hour, and you have to be already hot to go on that.
Yeah, yeah, there's no wasted time. You just show up, boom, go. Cool. And so what are the other things that you think make a ski resort French? Like if you show up there and you're like, okay, I can see I'm in France, like how would you describe that?
Hmm. Honestly, it's hard. I think it's hard for me to tell because I've not been riding to other country, other resorts.
Mhm.
Like till 2 years ago, I've only been to the resort I've been working. So it was maybe like 3 resorts in France, and it's only since last year I start to move a bit. So I see some difference, but maybe not enough. I didn't went to enough place to compare. Even in France, I can't really compare some resorts because I've never been, and that's why I want to go for in Innsbruck next season. I would
Yeah.
love to go there. I feel like it's the freestyle European capital place to be for winter.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll be there. I'll see you there for sure.
Yeah, let's
We
meet
need
there.
more crew
Have
out there.
laps.
So it's for me, like the things that make a ski resort really French is no matter where you are, there's always a boulangerie where you can buy really good bread. There's always saucisson and like almost like a farmer's market, even though you're up at, 2,000 meters. You can buy your cheese, genepi, chartreuse, like all these nice liquors and cheese and meats, and it's like part of the local environment. Because like a lot of ski resorts in France, contrary to I think the US, and that's why I was asking about Norway because I don't even know, but I feel in the US a lot of them are it's like Vail or whoever will build a lodge, which is like the main place you go and park your car, and then you just take a ski lift and you go up and down the mountain back to the lodge, but it's kind of there in the middle of nowhere. Like there's not much around it. Whereas I feel the vibe in France is there was a town once upon a time in the mountains, and that town was like, hey, let's put a ski lift in here and start shredding the mountains behind. So in a lot of the resorts, you get like a town that's been there for a while that has locals, its own culture. You know, it exists in the summer as well. Like there's stuff happening there, and it doesn't feel as like kind of like commercially built just for skiing. There's more of a local kind of energy to it, which means like the bars are also feel local and stuff like that.
Yeah, all resorts goes with like little town, and the best thing in the Alps is everybody can be living on the in the resort. And if you compare to like Maribel, only like rich people can do, and all the seasonary people, they have to live like 20 or maybe even 40 minutes away by car. So it make it harder to party. Yes, for sure. But yeah, every resort has a good. Even the one I was in Vojani is a super small one, but you always have like pub and squats to go with there, like doing random activities, whatever. But there is bigger like people living. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's and I feel it's like more affordable than most places too. Like Shows, right, is a good example, right? Like you can just take a bus or car up from Grenoble and then you're there in, 17 euros, rent some skis. Like I feel a lot more people might have access to it than other places.
yeah, it could be easy, yeah. And they try to make it even easier by bus to bring people from the city to make like camp. We have lots of camps to bring people from even Paris or other countries. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, cool. I mean, going back to kind of these resorts that you've worked at and being in France. So you mentioned Ghibli was your big kind of inflection point, like where you felt you were really getting somewhere. At what point was that? That was 2023 winter?
Yeah, 2023. Yeah.
That's around the same time you put out that video part that was on Down Days and everywhere.
Yes, that was the edit was like after this season.
Oh yeah, nice. How did that go? Like, what's the story behind the edit and like putting out that format?
Mm, honestly, it's Magnus Graner
Mhm.
who advised me to make one. I was starting to get a bit more in touch with Magnus and Thousand Skis, and they were helping me to do the good steps. And he was like, maybe doing an edit is the good time now. So I just following the advices.
Nice. Yeah, I think it got like great reception as well. Actually, fun fact, I met Magnus in Les Deux Alpes, I don't know, like 10, 15 years ago. We shredded together one summer there. Like that's where everyone was every summer. It was super
Yeah,
nice.
that's crazy.
Yeah, this was
That's a
before.
bit over now. It's a
Yeah,
bit over now. They don't come. The pros don't come that much. We saw Noah Albaladero on the glacier like 3 months ago. But yeah, people were used to come like 10, 15 years ago with the Mondial du snowboard, Mondial du vélo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Umiyama,
big squads coming. Yeah, Kumiyama. Yeah,
that was big. But yeah, so awesome video part. I think that was like for me when I like first I think saw your skiing and got a hold of it. Or maybe the first video I saw is you did a like a foot plant rodeo off of a roof, but with one ski on the other foot. Is that possible?
it's like a moon kick
But
from
yeah, mooncake,
yeah
like in a
from
bar.
the parkour.
Yeah, yeah.
I spent lots of time when I was maybe 20 to 22. I wasn't able so to ski that much because of doing races, but most of the time with the crew we had, we always go to the like gymnastics, but the one with like a foam pit and stuff like that. And we were doing a lot of tricking and free running. So I try to to do the more I can with skis, like bringing some parkour and free running vibes to ski, like moon kicks or maybe the stalls. But yeah, that's really the kind of move I like to try.
Sick. And like, what's the hardest trick you've done so far?
Mm, I want to say it's the scream and cement slide on the down flat down rail because it's not the tricks I did the more try, but it's the ones that was painful almost every time. I was often hitting the kink before the last down, and it was yeah quite painful and stressful. I was like, I really want to land it now because I don't want to do one more try. And I think I did like three, four, maybe five tries a day, and not more because I was too broke to try more. So I had to take like a little rest and then come back the day after and try again, 4 or 5 tries. And it took me maybe 4 sessions to get it.
Wow, that's great. Did you come out screaming semen as well?
Yeah, I would like to make it taking off the screamer, but I didn't manage. It was like too quick in my mind to to have time to think about that. But the master goal is to jump like regular legs, land screaming, and then taking it out will be like the best way to make it the most legit, most proper one.
Yeah, so like start normal and land normal, but be screaming semen on the rail.
Yes. And the fun thing would be like to do the opposite, like start screaming, land on the rail regular, and take went out of the rail screaming again, like a mirror
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah, I'm surprised your brain works that way. I would never think of doing that as a trick. It's crazy. Do you have any other like ideas that you're kind of thinking of for next season that might actually be possible?
Uh, I would like to do. I'm pretty happy about one is the one you go like screaming Simon and you do a 360 and you land on your other screaming. Uh, I really like this one and I would like to make it like opposite way to have it like unnatural way to make it like on a step up, step down, like in a full combo. And yeah, I think I'm more into finding combos now, like step up, step down on yeah, more like that. But I can spend so much time to find new tricks. Like I often almost every day, maybe not every day, but close to spend half an hour to maybe 2 hours just sitting on my sofa or outside and just try to imagine the next trick, next move. I try to maybe I try to find the move, and sometimes I think about a feature, and I'm like, what could be the weirdest things to do there? And yeah, taking the inspiration from blading and parkour, and yeah, I spend really a lot of time doing that.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you too. Like, what is your process for thinking of new tricks? So I guess taking inspiration from different sports and
Yeah, just let the mind go, like keep thinking weird things, and everybody has different abilities. Like you can be a left spinner, but on the rail you go right foot, and then you like to do this trick this way, which is kind of weird because of your spin direction. I don't know, and so I try to take the most advantage I can on this little difference between everybody. That's why if someone start to get into scrum and Simon and is not the same foot as I do, like Raf Diaz, you can have such a different panel of tricks than what I do. It will not be the same logic way to for you to learn Screamen because of different little abilities.
Mhm.
So there is still so many tricks to find just because of that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like you have a gold mine of a million NBDs that are just waiting to be picked up one by one.
Yeah, the 360 I was telling you before, I think I got it in mind like 4 5 years ago, and I made it last summer, I think.
Yeah.
It's I'm stacking moves in my mind, and then when I find a move, I try to see which evolution I can do to go to this move. Okay, I have to train a bit of unnatural of this. Okay, I have to train my landing unnatural screaming. So I train on slopes, little turns, unnatural screamings, and then I feel better to land. And little by little, I've been reaching these tricks, but I was doing like many steps in my mind before to get it properly, enfin, to even try it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, and you were mentioning the ski academy and how you brought that into your process of learning Scream and Seaman, for example. Like, what are the kind of steps that you've taken from there that have been the most helpful?
the most important is to just ski and make turns. The more you feel good on turns, the best you will be on the landing, on the takeoff, on whatever. So I try to ski the more like cross legs, and now I do more like unnatural. And end of this season, I was trying a bit of switch, and it allowed me to land few tricks in Jib League, like a 180 scream and landing. I wasn't able, I never kind of tried that and land that before. And because of the little steps, little training I did on green slopes, I feel way better to land it. Doing slope cross legs is the key to feel good on.
Nice. I look forward next year to seeing a bunch of kids skiing Scream and Seaman everywhere based on what you just said.
I'm
Um,
going to do few tutorial. I did one about nose press, like the very beginning of nose press, and the this beginning of winter I want to do the like scream and Simon a bit more evaluated, but it always go from the base. So people not doing it can start. It will not start with landing. It will start with a little exercise and some stuff to understand where you have to put your weight on, or you have to lean, where you have to look to help you to turn. So it will really start from the base. If some people are interested, I think I will drop it in January, I hope, and also some about nose press. I got a lot of tutorial already written, and I just need to clip and edit and then up to spread it and make a like for these two moves, I want people like think they it's not that hard. Like the nose press, it feels like a wizardry shit. But if you do the good thing in the beginning, you will just like keep evolving. In the beginning, you do a little meter, and then you do two. Then you can go into more steep stuff, and you can make it before a jump. And it's always it's like never you never get frustrated by training nose press because you always get a little bit better every time. So I really want some people to try and be like, okay, that's doable and it's enjoyable as fuck.
yeah, I think that'd be great. I mean, it just helped the progression of the sport in general too, because someone like me, I look at whatever a Scream and Seaman move, and I just think to myself, I'm gonna die if I do that. But if there was a way that, like you mentioned, where it's like you can take a step-by-step approach that kind of de-risks a lot of going into that and demystifies all the secrets around the little tricks that you can do to like learn things quickly, like skiing, for example, on a slope and turning. I never would have thought to do that, even though it might seem obvious. I think that could open it up to a lot more people, for sure. It'd be super cool to see. And
Demystify was the word.
yeah, demystify. It's definitely a mystical trick. Yeah, trick mystique. Um,
So,
So, have you taken off Switch, Scream and Seaman? Like, is
Take
this?
off, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, not yet. That's the goal. I feel like if I can do like switch takeoff, I can get on a rail and maybe it will give me enough momentum to do a spin out. Because when I go forward, I count like two out, and if I come by switch, maybe I will be able to spin out with a scream and slide.
Yeah, like a
That
front two kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel it's the same as going forward and back two. Like you've never have you done it back two Scream Seaman slide? That'd be crazy.
Um, Not that much. I don't feel good on that tricks because it's on my unnatural rotation side. So it's just a two, so that not that hard. But with a screamer, I don't feel good. Yeah.
No one's gonna blame you for that. I wouldn't feel good at all. Okay, that's sick. I also you mentioned 1000 skis and kind of your journey with them and working with Magnus and Sumakel. I'd love to hear just how you got involved with them from the beginning and where you're at with them now.
So in the beginning, I booked a pair of 1000, and I was because I really like the Magnus style, and I already booked his pro model at ONEP. And when I saw his videos, I was like, I really want to ski like he does, like the swerve things, the nose press, him with Lucas, Tom Madison, and Peben. And so I booked the first on 3P, and then I was like, I have no more excuse to not be able to do nose press because I have some skis. People do it with that, so no excuses for me. So I've been training hard with that, and then I got the 1000, which like I loved for the nose press. It feels like super great, and um, little by little, I was getting a bit closer to the team, and they were sending some skis when I was done with the first one. They start to give me some, and the last season, this season they invited me for a trip in Riksgransen at the top of Norway, no, Sweden, sorry. And
Mhm.
yeah, big week. The crew was like super, like big family. I'm super happy to have met all these guys. The vibes is super insane, and they try to help me the more they can. Yeah, really big family.
Nice. What was the trip about? Like, was
So
it?
it was let's say like an event. They want to do the more gathering they want to. They can, I mean, and the goal is just to not do like a contest, but just bring people, have a good vibe on an event. And we've been during 2 days like shaping. It was snowing and windy, so it was like super hard condition to shape. But we were big crew, like 15 peoples shaping the jumps. And the day 2 days after, it was the event in Rix, and maybe 100 people came. You had like some good skiers that came because lots of pros goes in Rix to shoot in the end of the season, and all the local kids and some people who did like a lot of way just to come. And it's a super cool way to make event, like everybody's welcome. You can come like telemark, snowboarding, whatever you want, what any age. It's the best way to make a gathering. So I think we're gonna do more with the team. And it was also the shooting for the carving skis they're doing now. So it's like kind of all mountain carving, and I don't know why, but it's super great for butter, even more than than packs. So I love this way, like a flat tail and more like radius under the feet.
Yep.
That's really fun to ski. Not maybe every day, but that's a really fun way to ski.
Yeah, do you get really tight carves from it?
Yeah, you really feel more like a ninja between features. Sometimes, but it's also because of the edges. But sometimes with the park ski, I feel like I'm just like sliding between each rails, and I'm not really skiing properly. I'm
Yeah,
just moving a rail to another one.
just go straight, speed check a bit, hit it.
Yes, yes. That's not the best way, but lazy way.
Yeah. Sick. So is that when they kind of officially announced you that they wanted you on the team?
Yes, like it was a big day, but it was how to explain that? Like I've been trying a trick, the no spike front flip on the train, and I wanted this trick so hard, and Magnus was like, "We will announce him as a pro when he will land," but I did like 100 tries. I spent like 4 hours and a half doing only this shit, and I never landed it.
No
So I
express.
just stopped. No spike. Like stall. Yeah,
All the nose is front flip out,
yeah.
which
And I
you've
didn't manage to make it.
which you've done before.
Yeah, I did it at the Jib League. I did it at my place. I think I did it 5, 6 times in total before this one. But this one was like cursed. I don't know. And I was just like sweating after 4 hours and a half, and then I stopped because I was just fucked. It make no sense to keep going because I had no more energy, and so I just like lay on the ground, and I was just like frustrated to not have been, yeah, landing, and uh, and then they announced me I was a pro member with them, and it was like such emotional lifts. I don't know what to say. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it went to
Roller,
zero from
emotional roller
100.
coaster.
Yeah, the roller coaster again. Yeah. So such a big day. Yeah, really strong in emotions.
I can imagine. Well, that's sick, man. Congratulations. I think
Thanks.
everyone's stoked to see you on for sure. What does that mean to be on the pro team? Like what
Mm,
changes kind of?
what it will change for me? They're gonna help me more for travels. I mean, they will pay me some planes or some place to live. So yeah, really big helps. And the first thing is just like giving me skis because
Yeah.
it's yeah, it could be expensive for sure, but people knows how expensive it can be. So they help me in this way, and they also help me to find more sponsors. So Magnus and Anton, working for Thousand, they try to act a bit like managing me, giving me some advice on what I should do, which yeah, they try to advise me a lot. So that's a very good helps to have on my side.
Nice. Is there any advice you've learned that you want to share with any kids out there looking for sponsors? Like anything that you think is generally helpful?
Go to locals events. Try the more you can to move and go to events for sure. Uh, don't try to look like everybody does. I mean, you have to be a certain level before to create kind of, but really do, yeah, what you like, and mm, yeah, that's the thing. And for sure to move. Yeah, really moving is the most important thing. It took me time to understand that, and uh, and yeah, the most important.
Nice. I hope that's helpful to anyone listening. What other sponsors do you work with now?
At the moment, I'm with Fortune Flavors, which is a CBD brand, and a shop in Vojani, which is called Shred Burger. And yeah, and since they like before they sponsor me, I was having like really old full tilts because I didn't want to spend too much money, and I like these boots, so I was having like just super old and low price model. And
Mhm.
I came to this place and he made me like super good feet, perfectly matched to my foot. And wow, it was so weird in the beginning to feel everything under the foot, like
Yeah.
new feelings was uh, was super weird. But now I feel good with more accurate, yeah. But you can still go for low price stuffs. It works anyway.
Yeah. Now, boots are, for me, the most important part to have correct. Like for bindings, the safety part, that's most important. Um, but for boots, it's like if your boots are off, you're gonna have a bad day. I can ski on pretty much any ski, but I cannot ski any boot. I have one boot. It's the full
Yeah.
tilt drop kick. Anything else just like destroys my feet. I have no idea why.
This is exactly what I had.
Yeah, K2 Flex, whatever it is now. I haven't
Uh,
been keeping up. But yeah, I still have like three or four pairs from right before they kind of disappeared that I just keep working my way through one by one. Like whenever I've broken enough of it, I think I even keep the same liner that's just like disgusting at this point. But the nice shit, like the other liner
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, the same. They were like when the brand disappeared, all the shops were like selling €100 a pair. So we were all like buying like three pairs just to be easy in the future.
Yeah, yeah, you had to. It was, I think they're probably worth more now since they don't exist rather than less, but maybe not to shops, who knows? And then we didn't talk about Super Unknown. What, tell us your story there. Like how did that come about and kind of what was your experience with it?
Um, the super unknown, I've never been into the comp like in USA, but the two three times I've been participating, they gave me like a little award, like what the fuck award or something like that, and it was like a good beginning, but I was a little bit frustrated to not be in the ladder with the other people because I wanted to go there, and I wasn't like if you are semi-finalist, people can vote for you to go into the final, and I wasn't even able to play in with this. So I was like, ah, come on, put me in the ladder. But yeah, never been there, and I think I will never. But yeah, it looks so fun. The vibe seems crazy. Like it's kind of Jeep League in a way, like people voting, and it makes the thing more human, I guess, than just the judges or few judges. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how it's changed over the years because I get the appeal of it when you would film in a level one movie if you won. And that's like really cool to have. But I guess now it's a competition, right? And then you win a prize and you go down in the histories as a super unknown winner. And I guess you get a really cool park shoot in Mammoth, but I would expect, I guess there's an edit they do with the super unknown every year now too, right? But I feel like the prizes you won are different. I don't know if you like get to film with them as much.
I'm not sure it's as before, like a little segment in the movie, but it's more like yeah, a big part with everybody and lot of yeah movies and communication about that. But it's a good way to promote new riders for sure.
Yeah, and the Mammoth setup looks so fun.
Mm. So yeah, I would love to go to USA if they do a new Jeep League like they did. It was in California. I really
Yeah.
hope to make the way and try USA. It seems so insane. Like, yeah, that's the dream of every European skiers, I guess, to have a moment there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, my first time skiing in the US was during the pandemic. So I was living in New York City already, but I'd skied a few days on the East Coast, but I hurt my back. So I was done skiing for like a year or something at some point. And then the pandemic hits and blah blah blah. So everyone was working remote, and I had now had this opportunity to just go live in Salt Lake City and ski Park City every day. And for me, that was like, like the
Wow,
have as a home
yeah, I'm
park.
jealous.
And my first day there, it felt like Disneyland. Like it was so crazy, and there are all these pros around you, just like destroying every feature. So you automatically get super hyped to just like try and push yourself. And I guess Mount Hood, actually, I was at Mount Hood that summer as well, and that for me was also super magical. $100 a day to ski, which was not cool, but but I'm wearing the t-shirts. There's still no hard feelings. Um, it was so great too. So like as a European rider, like when you look up to the US, what are the things that make it so special to you, kind of?
They like to go big. It's always everything is a show, everything is entertaining. Yeah, I don't know the big thing. Like I think when we were like teenager, we were watching like videos from Woodward, and we were like, "What the fuck are those skate parks?" Like we were just having a mini ramp in our place, and they were having like I, yeah, I don't know what to call that.
Big stuff.
Warehouse,
Yeah,
full warehouse. Yeah, and it's the same for parks, kind of the same for everything. I would not like to live there, I guess, but to visit and see how it works for real might be super interesting. 100%.
yeah. No, it'd be sick. Are you trying to go out next season?
If Jeep League make again an event there, uh, I guess I will try to do everything I can to go there. Yes.
Yeah, you got to go to Utah too. I
Oh yeah, so many places.
think
Jackson
Utah,
Hole. I would.
Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's sick. And um, I guess going also into next season, I want to get into like future plans that you might have. But I remember we were talking about also just kind of the reality of juggling working in the summers, kind of like we were talking about earlier in the podcast, and like juggling that with skiing. So, you're 30 now, you're still skiing, your career's developing, it's looking great. Like, what are the challenges outside of that you're kind of facing, and like, how do you deal with them?
It's kind of hard to manage to ski the more I can, because if you don't work, for sure you don't earn money, you have time to ski, but if you want to travel, then it costs you a lot. So that's why I've not been moving to that much resort, because I like to go to a place, work as a ski instructor, the less I can, so only during half term and the Christmas holidays, and it's make me enough money just to not work and pay my rent and my pass to ski every day in my resort. So hard for me to move. But now I got better job in summer, and I do multiple jobs just to be able to stack some money for winter. So I'm able to work 6 week into the winter and ski the rest of the time. But it's you really have to juggle with many jobs, and that's the good point with Thousand and Fortunate Flavors, the two sponsors I got now. They help me to travel, and they will help me with some money too. So it make a huge difference if you don't have to pay 1,000 to go to US or Sweden, or I don't know where. It changed a lot, and and I had some bad luck last season. I was really on the edge with my money, and one of the sponsor I had, they made like a bankrupt,
Um,
and they didn't pay me what they owe me. So my account was in the red, and I was like paying my bank because I was in the red,
oh no.
waiting for working. Yeah, that was like really bad timing. And yeah, really big big shame for them. I mean, they were super involved into the brand, and yeah, few mistakes that made it fell down. Yeah, shame.
Yeah. that sucks to see and sucks to hear. Yeah, qu'on t'a découvert.
Yes, ouais, ouais, ouais. But dope is hitting everybody on the market.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
stock market sucks too, but
Yeah.
yeah, no comment. So, what advice would you give anyone out there who wants to kind of continue with skiing and progressing? Like, I think your story is really cool because you started skiing pretty late, right? Like in the park, at least. Maybe you were mentioning like 22, like officially committing, and then now you're 30 and you're like, picking up momentum and like learning all these new tricks and doing all these NBDs. So for people who are like in that stage of just like wanting to ski a lot, be it for themselves or to like also have more room to, progress their skiing, like what are, I guess, yeah, what advice would you give?
The best is to work the harder you can in summer, multiple jobs and stacking money. And then in the winter, finding maybe a barmaid job or a job you work like 4 days maybe and you have 3 days to train. The, yeah, it's hard to manage if you have a big rent to pay. If you're living in an expensive place like Maribel or this kind of place, it's super hard. You have to maybe go to Champs or oh yes, some place like that. But yeah, the job you choose is really, really important. If you just have 2 days a week, y- you will not be able to increase as you expected. Um, yeah, yeah. Our job, being instructor is super, super helpful. It took me ages to make the whole degree, but now I'm pretty happy with that to be able to not work that much and getting paid quite well for the time invest.
Nice. Yeah, it's super hard to get in France too, I think, right? Like 5+ years sometimes.
Yeah, it took me 7 years without counting the slalom training, like 7 years of being into the courses.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. Well, thank you for the words of wisdom. And now my question for you is, what have you got going on next? Like, what are your future projects? Anything you want to share with people? You mentioned Innsbruck.
The goal is quite easy. I don't have that much like objective, I guess. I want to do the more Jeep League I can because it's the best way for the people as me to show our tricks, to show our way. So doing the more Jeep League I can, doing some Instagram. It's a bit a shame, but I do a lot with the phone now because it's super easy. I wish I do more camera. I'm always frustrated when I start to find rushes for my edits because I'm like, why I did shoot this with a phone, this again. But it's so much easy. You can like just lap, and then you take the phone for two runs, make it swap with your friend, and you don't spend that much time, and you're like quite efficient. Lots of training, some clips to make your Instagram run. But yeah, I don't have like movies objective or yeah, no festivals, no stuff like that. Just Ghibli and train and enjoy Innsbruck, meet people there. Let's see what's going on.
Sick, yeah, go to Montague. Shout out Montague.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah,
And Jimmy's.
I wish.
So you mentioned Instagram as well. What are your thoughts on Instagram as a platform for skiing?
It could be like a endless discussion about that, but it was hard for me to get on. I didn't really want it in the beginning, and my mates were like, "Ah, you have to try. You have to try. It could works." And we were doing some videos with our crew, which was like ELP, envoie le pâté for for those who knows, and and we were putting a lot of efforts. My guy with the camera was doing super great. He spent time to edit. He's like super good, and we were having maybe 1,000 views for a edit with lots of involvement. And then with Instagram, we were like, okay, so we put a 6 second video and it gets more views than the thing we've been super working hard on. So in a way, it could disgust you a bit to do edits, but in the end, you remind edits and you don't remind posts you saw on Instagram. So it's a double tranchant. I don't know.
Yeah, double-edged sword.
Yeah, kind of. Um, but for me, I will never split on because I did no competition, and before G League there were no big place for us to show our weird stuff. So doing that on Instagram was the only window I had to show a larger audience what I was doing and what was our vision of skiing and do his videos. So for me it was a really good opportunities to keep trying on Instagram. I don't want to go in trends in like shitty music or whatever trend, but you have some time to make to see where you can adapt to make it more viral for sure. Uh, I don't feel bad when I say I try to find some way to make some videos viral. Like it can give you some funny ideas or yeah. Like have you seen the tent riding on the glacier?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
yours? That was funny for sure. Did that go
that
viral?
was the first viral shit I did. I think
Oh,
this was the first, and jumping from the chairlift was the really first one
oh yeah.
that
I
went
mean,
big.
you have 15.8 million views on a video. That's
It's,
crazy. Did you know
say
that?
again?
You have 15.8 million views on a reel. I don't.
Oh yeah, it's on the train. Yeah. And this trick was like something I didn't wanted to do because it's not front flip with the I wanted to make it without the end. And
Yeah.
the fun thing is it's I had a call with someone from Instagram and he was like, you have to post every week because if you don't, you get kind of a malus. So I was like, I have nothing to post, so I will post this just to respect what he told me to do. And this one went viral now, and I was like, I didn't wanted to post it basically. So what the fuck?
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, this is not the good tricks. This is not landed. This is not clean. This is not what I wanted to do. And it's the most views video I made by so far.
And for anyone who didn't have the video on, essentially what we're looking at is the nose pick. So like tranny up a sort of tilted ledge to nose pick on a mat, like 180 into it, hold it for a long time, which is crazy. And
Yeah,
then,
that's the fun thing.
yeah, and then like a forward roll kind of sideways front flip out of it, which
The
looks,
sketchiest as possible.
yeah, but I mean, it's really sick. I don't know anyone who can do this except for you. Wow, that's crazy. And then yeah, I see that's one of the things with Instagram. Like, it's so easy to get pulled in to try one of these trends that are kind of dictated across platforms. Because with Instagram, it's again double-edged sword because it's really good for building community and in the way that it is for any community. Like if you're into whatever swords wielding or whatever or freestyle skiing, you can use the same tool to find your community there, which I think is quite cool. But then the flip side is there's this reward system that exists within it that's completely agnostic to what you're doing. And so instead of promoting creativity and doing things differently, it's actually promoting people doing things in the same way and in ways that
Yeah.
are not necessarily, for or even good for your
Yeah.
community. So, adding text on a clip and just having a crash or something. Some skier might feel like they have to do that to forward their career or like get some momentum. where really they just want to put it together a really nice, 3-minute edit with like a dope track that they like and a lot of B-roll. But they can't do that anymore because
And some things that took you like lots of time. A 3 minute edit, if you really worked on it, it took you ages, ages to clip, ages to edit, to do the sound design. It's so much time for the reward, but the reward is more like core, I guess.
yeah, you get the core audience, I assume, right? If you're only getting 1,000 views. Then on Instagram, you get this like wide audience of whatever random person in Paris or whatever who's just scrolling through and it's like, oh, that was cool for like 1 second, and then they move on. And it's tough to choose like which way to go. I think it's a good tool to build your career. If that's like something you want and you're not like a crazy fucked skier, like a comp skier or someone who's going insane in the streets. It's like this nice other avenue people have for, like you mentioned, like the more creative stuff like you do, even funny stuff. You
Yeah,
know, I think Steep
it's a
Steep's,
place you can go funny.
yeah. Yeah, so your thoughts on it are like good,
Sorry, say again.
useful, but your thoughts are like it's good, it's useful, but not how you would like
Yeah,
to.
it's good and useful. Yeah, and now it's to the people to set their own limits. Um, yeah, or try to go for what you like. Just try to make it quite quick. You have to don't lose the watcher in the first seconds. That's the hardest things to do to catch the mind, to catch the attention.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
then
say
you can.
any, oh sorry, go ahead.
You're not obliged to go for like trendy, shitty music. You can go for what you like, and it can still work without all this fucking trends.
Yeah, that's good to know. Any other Instagram insights to kind of do well outside of like scream and semen, bunch of tricks?
um, I want to say, uh, um, how to say, you can post without stress is not the good word, but like some I'm too often like this is not enough good and in the end the things you don't really like it's what works the more, and when you really like something it doesn't really, so don't put too much emotion in it because you might be really frustrated if you are really happy of a clip because it was something hard for you, because it is really the way you love skiing and it doesn't work. uh it's just a fucking algorithm, so it's not because what you did is not good, it's just I don't know, it was not the good day to show it, it was not the right angle, it was not the good time. So don't get frustrated if some things you like doesn't work because it's too random. So you can post things you like and you can post things you're not pretty sure about, and just try it.
Yeah, that's some good advice. I think it's easy to get emotionally attached to like a like count or something, especially when you see the stupid stuff do really well. You're always like, oh, damn it. Yeah, I kind of wish that, you know how everyone was on New Schoolers before to watch videos? Like, maybe this is my opinion, but the only thing that brought people to post on Instagram now is, well, one, the community, right? Because everyone's already on Instagram for other reasons a lot of the time, so it's readily available. And two, the tools, right? Like it becomes pretty easy to post a video. You just hit upload, pull from your camera roll, add some music, boom, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I kind of hope if anyone from New Schoolers is listening out there, if you can just copy those tools, just like Instagram copied everyone else anyway, you'd get people on New Schoolers all over again. And now I can actually know, like, when my clip does well, it's not because, because it was a good clip and like ski community appreciates it versus all these random people that, yeah, do you even really want them seeing your skiing? Like it's
Yeah, it's random.
It's so diluted now. Like I miss having just ski people watching ski stuff, and like that was it.
Yeah, the new schooler is kind of the last bastion, or to say the last um, resistance
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the core edits ski.
yeah. It's like we did Star Wars, the first three movies, and now we need to do the second three movies. Well, with that, Instagram is also a great place for viewer questions. So maybe we can get into those real quick and then close things out.
Sure.
All right, let's see what we got here. So. Oh, sorry, they disappeared from my screen. Just got to pick them up again. We've got a few. I'll just fire them off at you, lightning round style. First off, AXMF. What are your future plans, contests, brand deals, and video parts? I feel we kind of covered that, but
Yeah, kind of, I guess, yeah. So just something I didn't really do this winter and I want to do again is some bullshit video. Like the one with the tent, if you saw one, I put like a lots of helmets around myself. I'm skiing with like 21 helmets hanging out on myself
nice.
because lots of people were like, oh, Neanderthal, no helmets, blah, 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 speaking a lot, you know. And so it was like a funny answer. And I want to do again more funny videos, not only tricks.
Yeah, I would love to see more funny videos. We need more of that too. People take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, second question, also AXMF. And how does one progress and practice those moves? I think we covered that. Look out for the tutorials coming out in January. January.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, wait, never mind. We have a third question, AXMF. Origin of his style. How did he even start all those insane Screamin' Seaman, Stalls, and Butters? I guess you mentioned the
So
gun.
it's really Gagne for the Screamen, and then the press with like Lucas Madison, Paben, Magnus, and at the same time when I was starting to do some, I was looking a lot of G-Fuse. I don't know his real name. I think he's a Russian guy, and he does
Yeah,
some insane.
Gregory Fuziev.
Yes, and he has so many weird way to caribou and screamen, and I was watching a lot of what he does. Dav Wrestler too is doing some, and I was watching,
Nice.
and yeah, a few people are doing, yeah.
Yeah, shout out Inspo. Keep doing your weird things. You're
Yeah.
gonna be the inspiration for the next generation.
So,
Okay, next up, Ski Man Guy, aka Magnus. Tell us about your experience in Ringsgrenzen. Probably mispronounced that. Yeah, this spring.
sorry, say again.
Your experience in Ringsgrenzen.
Oh yeah,
Cannot say that right, but yeah.
it was so the weirdest thing I can say I never experienced before was the all day long, like no night. And like at 4 in the morning, it's not sunny, but it can burn your eyes if you like. We were sleeping in a tent, and at 3 a.m. I went out just to pee, and I was like closing my eyes, my hand on the face because it was really burning my eyes. And the crazy things there is the rhythm of the people. It's like you can like sleep in the day and go to shoot street in the night because the weather can be better. It was like really bad weather when I was, and it was better weather in the night. So it was like more light in the night than it was in the day. So really weird thing I never experienced before. And and something else crazy about Rix is lots of people go there in the end of the season just to clip some backcountry and streets, and it's the first place I see with that much people who love to ski. Like they don't come to. I mean, you can party a bit in Rix, and they do, but the passion for the ski there is insane. Like everybody wake up to go to ski.
Yeah, that's sick. Cool. Well, shout out Rix. Rix. Next up, young Sizzla. Does he do exercises for his knees or does he just have naturally unbreakable knees? Sounds like they break doing other stuff.
That's a question I got asked a few times before. So I don't stretch, but I wish I do more. I hope to do more. I have more motivation now because of every good things happening in a good direction make me really more motivated to take more care of me, of my body, of my health, which is not the case actually. But to scream and Simon, you don't need um, to be soft. You don't need to be flexible. You just need to be like straight and tense leg. I can't like sit in yoga position. It's not even possible to do half of this for me. It's too painful for the knee.
You mean with your legs
So
crossed?
yes, when the lotus,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's just called
it's
apple cross or something in
yeah,
yeah.
it's impossible for me to make it. I'm not enough flexible. The body doesn't want it. Like so, just have like just do like a gaining when you do chairs when you are
Or
doing some
planking.
physical. Yeah, this is the way to not break your knee. That's the thing.
Bro, I
But the
think
caribou
yeah, I was gonna
for
say
the caribou, I wasn't able to make it, so I had to train a lot. Like every time I was waiting, like for the microwaves or whatever I was waiting for, I was putting my feet against the wall and trying to get my chest the closer I can. And in the end, I managed to do some caribou, but it doesn't feel super comfy for me. I had to train the flexibility on this one.
yeah, I can imagine. I don't think it feels comfortable for anyone. No.
Ah, no, it doesn't. Loop.
Doesn't look comfortable either. It's crazy. That will be the quote of the episode. Till I break it, don't stretch. Okay. Well, next up we have Evan Murphy 17. Do your shins hurt?
Mm, for the nose press, in the beginning, it was really, really hurting. Like, yeah, really big pains. But
Mhm.
now I have no more pains. Like, never. It's been like 5 years I start nose press, and 3 years I have no more pain. But really, really no more pain.
Wow.
And yeah, the shin impact more like when you do some weird rollerblading stuff, like your foot is in T position, sometimes you miss a bit the balance and the shin hit the rail, and yeah, that's fucked. But but no, in the end, I feel good with the shin. Not the
Sick.
worst.
All right. 2 years of nose buttering for anyone wondering how long it takes.
Yeah, then
Um,
you're good.
yeah. Okay. Tucker Horan asks, how many pairs of skis have you broken and how many bindings?
It's it's really I've not been breaking that much skis. I was like with the Volkel before, the wall model, and it was super stiff, not a fun ski, but it was unbreakable. And that was the good thing because I wasn't that rich. So not breaking my ski was a good thing. But now I had like a little step up in the commitment and the nose press for sure it make the ski really weak to nose press a lot. So no, I guess two pairs, 3 pairs a season, something like this since 2 3 years. But yeah, doing a lot of nose press make the ski weak, and
Yeah.
then your bindings, your heel bindings often get out, but you can fix it. But it will last you maybe one more month and then get out again.
Yeah, I've had it where the spring just dies. Like, what binding
Yeah.
do you use?
I used I was having the plastic marker because it was cheap, and I was like, oh, 100 euros for markers, let's go. And it was the worst choice I made in my life to buy these things because it was always breaking and it fucks your session, and then you're like, so now pivot 13, no need to go more 13 or 15,
You
and
set them at 15? Or no, you
no,
13?
they are like 13 and I put it to 12 maybe. I mean 9 or 10 on the toes and 12, 13 on the heel.
You have it different on the heel?
Yeah,
Oh, I've always wondered if that was like dangerous in some weird way that I wouldn't understand.
yeah. But I some people were telling me this, and I went asking people working in shops and even ChatGPT random to know more about, and I think it changed nothing. You can really adapt. It's like you want to go out easy on the toes, like Scream and Simon, Caribou. I wanted to get out easy on toes, so low,
Yeah.
but I don't want to do like a jump and land nose press and face the ground. Like this is the
Yeah.
best way to get injured, to not tie enough your heel binding.
Yeah. Every time I get fucked up, it's because I'll like rip my ski off in the air on a grab or something, or it pops off like going
Uh,
fast down a hill. That's how I broke my collarbone. My binding
yeah,
just popped off for no reason, like just skiing straight.
dangerous. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So pivots, 13 or 15s set to like 9, 10 in front, and then kind of maxed out on the back.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, who else we have here? Salut, moi, c'est Straff. Okay. Ask him about the Les Deux Alpes box incident.
Les deux Alpes, what accident?
The box incident.
Box?
Box, genre une box.
Oh, ouais. Wow. Yes, got it. It's like I think 10 years ago, there were like a down box with a street in to go on the box, and there were no plexiglass, no fence in the front of the box, and a kid, he didn't jump over the box. He went like fucking Jerry, like
Like
the
straight into
ski came, yeah, straight into the box, and the top layer of the box, the one you have to get on, he just hit it with his nose by the bottom, by under the box, and all this layer went up in his chest, and it was like looked like a catch action. You know when you in corde à linge when you where
when you
when
like body
like
slam someone, like
yeah, like big body slam, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And the father was super pissed about, so he came to see the shapers, and apparently they were not giving a fuck about what he was saying, so he put it on the internet like this place is bad, the shapers are idiots and stuff.
Damn.
There's a big move.
Okay, so the
Big
kid
trash.
flew into the. So you were saying a straight on, which for maybe that's a Frenching, but that means like you have to hit the box from the side. You can't go straight on it because it's sticking out of the snow.
He hit it like forward, like he didn't take the street in on the side. He went
Yeah. And
straight facing the box, into the box. The ski went into, and yeah, the layer went up in his top chest,
oh my God, that's crazy. I've never
close to
neck.
the neck. Yeah,
That's nuts.
yeah.
Shout out Jerry's.
Tu nous manques, Raph. Ouais, tu nous manques. Salut, moi, c'est Reich.
Tabernacle Candice.
Like, je vais être calice.
Calice. Okay. Next question. We have Holden Bald Ass Ski. I hope I said that right. Favorite ski resort?
Ooh, not been to that much ski resort, so even also hard to say, but I guess the Alps because early. You can ski 7 months. Best deal for what I saw. But I'm pretty sure I will say the same about Innsbruck soon.
Sick. Okay, next we have Quinn Noyes. Noyes. Sorry, it's gonna say that wrong, Quinn. But um, okay, he's just saying I would rather kill myself than play you in slush.
Land holding. Yeah, I will be the same.
Yeah,
Like
it's great to
always
see
doing the same trick.
every.
So I really wish I don't know if it's possible for me, but to make a slash a day, that will be really fun. And promise I will not go like doing the same thing. I will try to change.
And you got to do an insta banger for sure.
Yeah, that could be fun too. Yeah, yeah. Really hope to do this kind of project, but I don't have. But I'm really open and down to anything I can.
Yeah, Joss, if you hear this, you'll see him in Innsbruck. He's always there for Gib League before they go to Slush Cup and Andorra.
Nice.
Okay, next up, Adam McKean, 14. What is the it that you might be breaking in the future? We also covered that.
The hit, he means the
Till I
trick, like.
break it, the it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did.
Okay, next up, Nils Soeberg. Nils,
Shout out Nils.
what's the perfect spliff ratio for a tasteful Frenchie like Pierre?
Little bastard. More than in Sweden for sure. I was an empty pocket there.
Nice. Okay, Kai Guy sauce or Kiki sauce, I don't know. What are your knees made of?
Ah, Hard to say someone to say chewing gum or marshmallow.
Yeah, reblochon.
Reblochon, yeah.
Okay, elusive Jojo. Very straightforward. Do you smoke weed? Also, do you microdose mushrooms? Laws in France, you don't have to answer stuff.
No, no microdosing.
Okay, next up, we have been eating veggies. What kinds of injuries have you had over the years? Anything broken? Ever snap any skis? And there's a laughing emoji for that.
Yeah. No, I feel I'm pretty lucky on that. Only like I told the knees like 3 times, but no, I recovered well every time, so I feel good with a broken thumb, which is random, but yeah, you can't bend more than.
I can bend the other way. Like,
Oh,
yeah, I think it's pretty, I don't know.
weird. And it's more about the back, like but as you right now, like um, you have some impact, and 2 days after you can't turn your head, or you have a problem to wake up, I mean to stand up, and yeah, the physio will come and make it crack it all. That's the only way for me to recover. So maybe the stretching will be helpful for me. So yeah, more for the back more.
Okay, and have you ever snapped any skis? Yes. We covered.
Yeah.
Um, okay, sick. Next up, where do you get inspiration from? And that's a question from Luke O'Brien.
So yeah, the Gagne, the Magnus, but for the people less famous than these guys, I want to say Regan Wallace doing a lot of blading tricks. Um, there was a guy I will never remind the name. He was a Russian. He was doing blading with such a good style. With
Yeah,
like hmm?
Dima Makrushin.
Po- possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
Life
think
Sees
he's the,
Media rollerblade edits in the street where he was really good and steezy.
yeah, that's that. Yeah. So yeah, this guy, Raf for sure is a good inspiration. Um, yeah, Dav wrestler. I try to follow. I mean, to follow, to watch what they do. All the screamer and caribou and rollerblading stuff. There are more and more people going on this way, and it's really fun to watch, giving some inspiration. And as I told, like because we don't have the same abilities, not the same foot first, not the same spin rotation, it's always made in a different way than I do or than I saw before other people did.
Yeah. Okay. Sick. Then next up, we're getting to the end here. Guac socks. Are your knees made of rubber? It's actually 50-50 Roblochon rubber blend.
Exactly.
Uh, and then we have two more from Salut, moi c'est Raph. First up, envoie le pâté.
What was the question about envol pate?
There was no question. That was it.
I was a shout out. Yeah, it's the crew we started with. We're like a bunch of people, but it was not that much skiing, more like parkour, cliff diving, even trail biking, stuff like that. And we had like few mates who started to do video in the same time we were riding, so they were training with us as we were training with them, and now they are like all good cameramen. So it's really fun to see even for them where they started. Like it's really cool. Like my flatmate, it's the guy I do all the video with, and he's a super videographer and a drone pilot. The last season I had really less time to do with him, which is a shame, but it really helped me to have motivation. And I know not everybody can have the perfect guy that help you to shape and have a good camera and enjoy doing some good angles. So yeah, big shout out to him because he really um, changed, not changed, but he really helped me to find motivation to keep going because I wasn't riding with that much people. We were like just him and me, and building, me riding and him shooting. And now he's sometimes he go to shoot for like some Red Bull stuff, and so he really did a good step up. That's yeah, grateful to have the occasion to live and yeah, do stuff with these guys.
Yeah, dope. Shout out. All right, and last viewer question for you. Salut, moi c'est Raph. Uh, what do you eat or drink on a regular ski day?
He's a bastard. I don't eat that much. We just go to the park and have spliffs with the mates. But yeah, the food is not the first thing. But when I come home like at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, I'm like starving. And I know it's bad. I have to eat in the morning and don't eat in the evening, but I just like get that full in the evening. So yeah, really bad habits I want to work on. And he was kind of shocked about that. Like it's not only me, it's like all the French people, the yeah, we're not healthy. Like if we hit something, it will be a bad thing for sure. Like it,
Yeah. Steak frites,
yeah, always pizza or even just saucisson and bread and let's
yeah,
go.
cheese,
That's
just
the main
pick apart
dish.
the cheese and ham and bread.
But
Potatoes.
he fell in love with melting cheese. You put in the oven and then you just dip the bread inside, and
Oh yeah.
now it's his main course. Like he love it too much.
I mean, what do you eat in Quebec? Is it there's more than poutine, I assume, but
Some sirop d'érable, yeah, I don't know. They don't have the tacos, the French tacos. Ha,
French tacos.
shame for my guys.
And they're not Mexican tacos for anyone listening.
Uh,
Google Lyonnais. I lived in.
even Grenoble, we won't start a war now, but
You think it's called? You're right. Take us offline. Yeah, sick. There you go. Healthy diet of splits on the hill and then fonce dalle munchies
yes,
when you're back.
I wish to change a bit with more motivation now.
Hey, you're 30 now. It's a new,
Yeah, fuck me. Yes, yeah,
yeah,
big step.
stretch, eat healthy, travel, new you.
New me with still a little thousand on my account.
Yeah. Okay. Well, man, I think we'll stop there. I think we went for a while too. I don't have a clock here, but
Yeah,
uh,
we will.
yeah, man, thanks for coming on. I'm sure, I hope people enjoyed listening to your story. I sure did. Um,
Uh,
any parting words you want to leave or?
I hope my accent wasn't too bad for the the people who will listen to it.
Yeah,
Was
maybe.
quite stressful to participate to this kind of thing. First time for me speaking about stuff like that in general.
Yeah, wait, first podcast, right?
Yeah, yeah. Even speaking to a camera for the tutorial was something really big commitment. I really had to work before on the sentence. I really knew what I would say before, and so no spontaneity, as I told you. So that was the
Yeah.
art thing of today. Like try to go on spontaneous things that come in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think you did a great job. Also, it's like late there, I think now. It's like probably midnight. So yeah, we'll cut it there. Thanks so much for taking the time, man. And yeah, we'll talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.